With the next World Champions to be crowned in little under 2 months, we turn the clock back 4 years to a dramatic night in Auckland.
This is it. Packed house, as you'd expect, 60,000 crammed into Eden Park for this massive occasion.
There was a lot of pressure, it's finally arrived, but what's going to happen? There was a lot of history. The World Cup hasn't been in New Zealand for 24 years, and there was just, all this, the memory bank started coming out, Didn't win in 91, 95.
The All Blacks in 2007 were perhaps, they were the favourites, and we got tripped up at the quarter-final time.
The scene is set at Eden Park. The All Blacks and France meeting for the 6th time in Rugby World Cups.
Being at home, rather than look at it as a bigger burden, I think it was just more of an opportunity, where you knew your friends and family could all be around. There was a sense of some familiarity, but at the end of the day it didn't guarantee a lot. We tried to use any little bit to, rather than feel like a burden, actually see it as a positive. You think about a World Cup final, it should have that sort of emotion and stuff like that, so I thought it was great. The game's not won there, it's won when the whistle goes, and you got to remember that, and we always say that. The French, although they'd had a terrible tournament up to that point, they still gave themselves a chance with 80 minutes of rugby, and you look through their team, they're all pretty experienced men as well, and that's, they came to play.
Well, the challenge has been received by the French.
We didn't know what the All Black players thought about us, but those around them, no one respected us.
And Puri gets the final underway.
We were not even highly regarded as rugby players, so it affected us. And that day, we were focused, ready to give it our all, at least earn this respect as rugby players. And actually, we won this respect by giving our best on the pitch. We earned it ourselves in the end. I think that's why our story is so nice to tell.
In terms of the group, some players met my expectations. Maybe if I'd have chosen others, the team's performance would have been better, or worse. How can we know? Can we go back in time? In terms of communication with the players, I've no regrets. I was always spontaneous and open-minded. Also, I fought hard, and this is something I'm proud of. I fought hard against everyone. At the end of the day, if I was convinced that in the long run a particular plan or some important player choices could have changed France's fortunes for the better, then yes, I would have regrets. It would be only fair. But that's not the case.
And the throw is good. Pops it off. Tony Woodcock. There's the first try of the final.
That was the whole plan, really. We wanted to hold on to points, give them only the minimum, so that they would have to go and fight for each and every point they would score. Well, they scored a very nice try because they carefully analysed our line-out interceptions on video, and then they scored a beautiful try.
And off goes Cruden on a searching run, taken down in the tackle by Tranduk.
He looked in a bad way, and the reports coming back from the field, from the medicos, were get warm and get warm quickly sort of thing. So that's when I guess the shock of reality was right. You're going to be out there, so get ready. It's the right shirt that I usually wear in there, but I dare say I'm probably usually in better condition when I'm in that team. But I guess my conditioning window before the World Cup call-up was probably not ideal.
Cometh the hour. Well, cometh the man. Number 4, 5'8" for the All Blacks. It's been a jinx position.
No, it's strange, but to be fair, I was pretty confident, and I guess it was something that I craved to be out there and craved the opportunity, I guess. Mentally I was fine, and as it all unfolded, it worked out.
Stephen Donald striding forward, pointing to the posts.
Now it's got a fair bit more significance, but at the time it was very much just a kick with probably I think 25, maybe 30 to go that just had to go over. So it wasn't too much going through the head, to be fair.
Away it goes to Tranduk Roosery. Doucetois, the captain.
We tried a tactic that worked against us in the end, but I think we played very well for the remainder of the game. We would have liked to have scored a drop goal or even a try, particularly because we exerted ourselves so much. But we played against the All Blacks without fear, and I think that's what surprised them the most.
for 30 minutes just making tackles. It was pretty sickening actually at times as far as how the gut was feeling, but when you look back at it now, it's something that you're pretty proud of, because the boys just kept fronting up for that whole second half and just, as we said, tackle after tackle. And
we didn't have the ball, it was just keep tackling because we'll get the ball back at some point. And then we finally did, and then that last few minutes just looking after it and getting all, you don't need to, sometimes don't need to do anything special, you just got to do what you always practice.
And the All Blacks are the world champions for the second time.
It was peace. You know, I said afterwards it was peace. You just felt at peace because the guys had done the job, and you would never have felt that unless they'd done the business and won the Rugby World Cup. So it was a relief, peaceful, but a lot of satisfaction. And it was great for the guys who were involved in that team.
those scenes after the game are, I guess, something you'll never forget, and obviously the crowd were probably just as happy or more happy than we were. So it was an amazing time.
It had been 4 years of, in the back of your mind, you know, wanting that opportunity and to finally nail it. And because it was so close, it was just pure and utter relief, really. And it wasn't until quite a wee while afterwards that the sort of excitement and happiness sort of sunk in.